Greetings and salutations, dear Vikings and strategy fans. Welcome to Terra Invicta, a little beginner's guide that I want to craft with you guys together. We're gonna dive into a new game. We're gonna have a look at one of the factions that we can choose and just, you know, toss you in some right directions in terms of how to start, what to focus on, and, you know, just have a little bit of a bearing going out because the game is pretty big, and we're just gonna scratch the surface a little bit to at least give you the knowledge to, you know, start your game and give it a good run. And further down below, if you want any more advanced breakdowns or tutorials on something, let me know in the comments down below. And with that, no further ado, we are starting a new game. Over here, you can choose what kind of scenario start we have. For now, we have only the modern one. Starts in 2022. Russia and Ukraine are still heading in and having their fight on. You can choose how big your solar system you want it to have and how many factions you want to be in there. We gotta try and play with Project Exodus. Project Exodus is escape the aliens by sending humans to other stars. So basically, we want to, well, focus on research that is helping us to leave Earth and just leave the whole aliens fighting humanity and the whole conflict aside and be like, bye, deal with that on your own, we don't care. So depending on the faction you choose, you might want to also pick your locations that you want to influence and take control over, but we're gonna go to that once we start. So select game difficulty, we're gonna play on normal and Project Exodus. We are hopping over the introductions video, the intro. I like it because it's very unique in a sense for everyone that introduces your faction, where you play, and also gives a little bit of an atmosphere going on, what is happening. So basically, we have the first extraterrestrial contact with an UFO crashing on Earth, somewhere on Earth, and the humanity is globally getting aware of that there is life out there. There's something out there watching and following our footsteps. And with that newfound panic, or let's call it founding? No, not founding. Discovery. That's the word I'm looking for. And with that discovery, humanity for a brief moment binds together and helps each other out. And in that moment, you, with other shadow organization, try to reach your influence on certain geopolitical landmasses or nations. Let's call it nations. So you can decide what kind of nations you want to focus on and tackle and go with. Well, me being from Europe and
the day the stars answered.
Just gonna jump over this. Me being from Europe, I will focus on getting my hands on the European Union and go from there. If we should do a full run of this, or if you guys want to have a full run of any of the factions down there, be like, hey, pick this faction, let's try a full run and see how it goes. Let me know in the comments down below. If there's interest, I gladly make footage for that. UFO crashes on Earth. This is how it starts. As I said, the alien vessel crashes down on Earth.
Greetings, Director.
And
the council has
for some
appointed
reason,
leader of our...
I still have the UVU mod installed, even though I told it to not be installed. Never mind, I will fix that. But apparently all my counselors and creations will be having some sort of waifu animated stuff going on. We had a live show with playing Exodus, this faction, and we had the Uvu Nation, but let's not distract you here. So, you of course get a lot of helpful insights and introductions from your counselors, so to say, and they're giving you little missions, quests to start off and focus on, to have like the grounds bases covered that you need to advance. So they tell me to hire a counselor and send him to work on the alien activity. So how this works is it works in turns. So it's a turn-based game. It's not an RTS or anything. You have these assignment scenes where you assign your consular doing different tasks or your military doing different tasks, although the military is actively movable during a said session. So you're not stuck with, if you set your army to move from A to B, and you're not stuck to wait until the next assignments section. You can tell them to move onwards or attack or do all kinds of things. So as Exodus, we want as many space programs or, you know, space stations as possible, so we can push our leaving Earth as fast as possible. So what we're gonna do is we'll try to take over the EU and make sure to grab maybe we'll start with Germany and focus on Germany, take over Germany, then we're gonna take over France, and then we'll see that we are making a foothold in the European countries. So, as I said, you're playing this game turn-based. You have your counselors over here. We have Gary Tillett and Chung Xing Zua.
Your orders?
Not sure if I pronounced it correctly. They all have their own stats, what they're good at, and loyalty level, so they can be manipulated by other counselors if they find out who they are. This is, for example, an very critical low. So, let's go through here really quickly. You have your budget up here, your money. There's your influence that raises every turn. You have your military ops. You have your boost. This is the most important resource for us playing Exodus, because with boost, you will start space stations. You will start mining operations out there. And we have the mission control that is basically telling us how much kind of structures we can have in space and control. Then, of course, your research that you generate per turn, and the CP that is like the control cap that you can upgrade by research or by giving your counselors organizations that they lead and handle. And then, of course, the special resources that you can craft and harvest out in space. Yes, you start geopolitical down here. You have a crash on UFO, but if you scroll out, you can see that the full solar system is at hand. Oh my goodness, look at this. And somewhere out there, aliens are putting a foothold in our solar system, and you want to, or at least this Exodus want to, get out of here and leave Earth and leave everybody behind and be like, okay, we're gone. We have our colony ship. Bye-bye. So that is our task. As how to play turn-based and your counselors. This is how you execute things and do things. Let's have a look at our council. We have place for 2 more recruits. 1 recruit costs us quite a bit of influence, and each of them are labeled a specific class, you could say. So, but judge, astronauts, rebels, they all have their specialization in certain things. You can click on them, then you can see what kind of abilities they have. What you want for sure is at the beginning public campaign as a task and skill to increase how much a nation likes you, your shadow corporation. So we'll have to throw in public campaigns on areas so you increase them liking you, and then use control nation to take over assets of that area. So we have over here, for example, since we're gonna start with Germany, we have over here 4 assets that we can put control on. And if I take, for example, Chongqing Zhuo, he can control nation and he can do public campaigns, and he can also inspire. That is a good thing to do with our other character to, you know, make him loyal again. It will tell you the mission difficulty, and then you can use extra points to increase the chance and alter the chance of success. But for now, we have a decent set of counselors. We can with both make our public be known, and also work on alien activity and other stuff. So, Gary, you will go and
Where do you need me?
have a look at the alien crash sites. It cost me, for example, 5 ops points. So all the activities will cost you resources to do so. Go to the crash site in Addis Ababa.
Investigating alien site.
Very good. And you are trying... Let's have a look. Control points. How much of a chance do we have in Germany? Not a lot. So here's what I can tell you. If you, for example, get a lot of control in another state, the states attached to them are more likely to be liked by you and being converted. So what we're gonna happen here is we're gonna start, for example, with the Northern Balkan states. Then we're gonna move into the Alpines, and then we're gonna move into Germany and France and etc. Right? So 82% over here to grab a foothold over here in Northern Balkan. We're gonna use maybe 1 influence point. Will this increase a lot? No, it's not really increasing a lot. So we're gonna confirm mission. And with that, we are ready to go. Although we have some influence left, so I could have a look if I can grab, for example... Oh no, the astronauts. The astronaut can inspire others. He can work on public campaign. He can assault enemy space assets. And he can control space assets. He can contact, sabotage hubs. He can advise. Yeah, sounds interesting. And his administration level is decently. Administration level, I will come to that in a bit. Sounds like something we want. Or scientists, steal projects, advise, control nation, and also investigate the alien assets. Pushing our science might also be something we want. So, or another astronaut with administration 3. Her administration is 5, science 8, loyalty 11. Yeah, let's grab her. Let's grab her. Alicia Yogesh, scientist. Hello there. In you go. And most importantly, always check on your counselors. Depending on their administration level, they can have orgs. So basically, organization that they can buy and run, and that gives them a few bonuses, like this one. Gives me sabotage projects and gives me monthly income of ops and +1 to espionage. So he has already sabotage projects. And sabotage projects is focused on espionage. So if I increase in his espionage skill, the likeliness of having success on this is way higher. And then all the orgs will tell you, of course, what kind of needs you have to. There we go. Headquarters in Washington. Purchase the org. We don't have sufficient resources acquired to do so. It costs me 250 influence, for example. So let's give our dear friend over here the landmark intelligence for +1 espionage and producing for us some sort of ops points. Purchase orc. We have it, and now you can see we have a +0.03 per turn to increase our orc points up here because of this orc. He can have a total of 15, and his capacity at the moment is 3 because administration is on 3. So if you increase in administration, you'll have able to choose more of these. Good. To summarize, we have counselors with tasks
ready
to assign. That's how you play.
Ready for my mission.
That's how you play. You run around using counselors to increase your influence, to increase your likeliness in certain regions. 22% over here. Not a lot, but we'll try.
Bring this nation to our side.
And with that, you increase your influence. Once you have all assets collected from or captured from a region, you are the power holder in that said region, and then you can decide what kind of money and priorities they should spend the resources on. So, for example, even though Austria, for example, has no flight station or no space station program, if you put in enough points into the spaceflight programs and mission controls and such, they will build those on the region. If you put in mission in military, for example, they will create military, and so on and so forth. And therefore, slowly but constantly, you are shaping and working on the geopolitical order and things on the world, and fight and compete with the other agents running around doing the same as you, fighting for their cause and reaching havoc. So let's see how our first turn is reaching out. Confirm assignments, and with that, it's action time. Now the world will be slowly rolling, but we're gonna speed this up, of course, because we're not gonna wait all the time. One humanity, exactly. They're binding together and leave all their differences aside because of what is going on. There's the war going on between Russia and Ukraine, and now, slowly but slowly, the game will throw at you all kinds of questions. What do you want to focus on? And shape and shift your faction. So we can have a say over here that we are lobbyists. That gives us monthly income increase. We can say that we're scientists. That will give us a more research income. We can say that we're officers. That will give us more ops. Or we can say that we are financiers, investors. That will give us a more money income. Lobbyists that get influence, science, ops, or money. So you can focus on stuff up there. I would say influence might help a lot in this case. But since we have a scientist, I would say we focus on scientists and engineering.
Here's what we found.
And we have investigated the alien UFO thing, and we received a small bonus towards xenology research. Talking of research, we're gonna hop over there really quickly. Exactly, we got some influence and some research from it. Now, when it comes available, make the alien signature project. Fair enough.
We failed to take control.
We failed to take control of the Balkans. Success chance lowered to 60 for some reason. It was 80 something before. Maybe there was some agents doing things in there and lowered our chances of doing so. Talking of research, let's hop really quickly to the research tree. You have your personal research down below, and you have the global research up here. What does it do? The global research goes into a certain direction and researches certain chosen thing. You can decide how much of your research points you want to put into those and take the leads in researching said thing. If you take the lead in researching a certain thing, you can choose your next step. It doesn't give you an advantage in terms of if you put more points into this, the outcome will be better for you or something like that. At least not that I know of. And it just gives you the advantage of you helped humanity to uncover said technology the most, and therefore you can choose in the tech tree later on in which branch or how to go on from said technology. So you can kind of tell them to focus on, I don't know, mission to the moon, mission to Mars. Since we are playing a faction that wants to leave Earth, all these space flights symbols are very interesting for us because, you know, we want to leave Earth. So we can influence that. So we have to focus on manipulating the global research that affects all the factions, all the shadow organizations, towards researching space programs and get the F out of here, you know? And that's basically it. That's basically it. Play with your agents. Read
The next mission.
their skills. Very good. Take your time. Don't rush it. Give them the orcs that, you know, boost their abilities. Make sure to augment them when they have enough XP. to increase certain stats, make them better and better, take care of them. Hopefully they won't die. Depending on their background, there will be events popping up that will let them or force them to do certain things or not. And try your best to shape the geopolitical surface of Earth to your advantage and your needs. And I think that covers our basic introduction to Terra Invicta of how you get started and play. Use your counselors
next mission.
to make certain tasks, influence your increase your influence in region, take over the control in those regions, and manipulate them to build whatever assets and focus their funds into the assets that you need to increase and come to your success conclusion whatsoever that you want to do. And there's the magic in this. There is no like red line. There is no the correct way to do things. There is your way to do things. And you have the tools at your disposal to shapeshift and work around to make things happen. If it's bringing you success, you will see in the end. It's a very long and slow-paced game, so take your time, read through things, get yourself comfortable, and shape your nation and shape your shadow organization to your liking and how you want to play this. You want to play Exodus and nuke the whole Earth so the aliens cannot do anything on Earth and everything will be irradiated and destroyed? Do so. You want to help humanity defend against the aliens? Do so. You want to be siding with them and bring them in as your new gods and prayers? Do so. You can do so many things in this game, and that's what's making it so magically Jeebus English hard sometimes. I hope it was helpful. If you have any more specific questions other than, you know, use your counselors to do your biddings and tasks, let me know in the comments down below. But I think for getting a feel on how to start, it is more than enough to know. Other than that, experiments, try arounds, and if you have any specific questions, hop into my live streams, ask me directly. I gladly help you figure stuff out, or hop into my Discord, go to the Terra Invicta or gaming section, and ask your questions there. I gladly help you out. And if I see in the comments any specific, I don't know, leaning towards a tutorial that you want X, Y, Z, let me know, and we shall do so, and we'll make it happen. Until next time, bye-bye.